Hey bro fans, this is Todd. I don't know what's going on. You ever have one of those days you just don't feel on kilter? Well, today is one of those days. I don't know what it is. I mean, I have everything I could want. I got all kinds of cool toys. I got an awesome wife. I got good kids. Everything's going good. I had some awesome news a few weeks ago. But today, I don't know. It's just, I just feel, it sounds weird, kind of almost sad for some reason. But I have no reason to explain it. Nothing happened to cause me to feel this way. Anyway, so I decided, you know what? I'm just going to paint today. So I thought I'll start the video camera up and I'll have you guys watch. And we're going to paint this head right here. Now I've already added the clear coat on it right here. So I'll mark what this is. And you can already see the difference between the satin clear coat and the shiny. So here's the one I painted already, the satin clear coat, and here's the unpainted one. And you can see how the shine has kind of been toned down on this to not look quite so shiny. And so we're now ready to add our washes on here. And I put a really, really thick coat on so our washes would not get caught in the seams of where the print head was on the part. And I'm hoping when I'm done, I'll be feeling a lot better and feel accomplished. I guess that's what it is. I just feel like I haven't really done anything lately that's been really cool or very accomplished. And so I'm just going to finish his head so I can put a pin in the figure and say it's done and then move on to the next cool thing. All right. Anyway, let me turn the camera around and let's get going. This should be fun. So for those that don't usually come into my channel, I have this figure right here, and he's massively huge, and he came in a 2-pack, and his name is Gorgon. And I was looking at Gorgon, and I like him because he's really cool, but to fit into my He-Man universe, I don't need a DC character. I guess he's Marvel, a Marvel character. I need a He-Man figure. So I thought, you know, if Gorgon had a bull head, then he would be a cool Minotaur. And so that's what I have here. And this is the one I just showed you a second ago. I painted with satin. Let's go and click this back on. And you can see it fits right in there. And I printed this in multicolor. I got another video showing it. So this has not been painted yet, except for the clear coat. All right, there it is. It's snapped in place. And now it is time to add my washes on here. All right. Let me make sure I got the right one. Oh yeah, that's the right one. Okay, so I have some washes here, and these are my game colors. And I have a plate to put my colors on. And let's have some fun doing this. So first off, I know I want to use a black wash on his silver helmet here, and his fur as well to make the fur stick out. So I'm going to start with the black wash. Then I'll move on to some other touches. So here is my black. Let me zoom that up so you guys can see what it is. And I'll put a link to the description to these game inks as well as the figure. And I will also put the STL for free into the link as well. So if you guys want to print your own, you can just print it in a solid color if you want. Now, normally it's supposed to have this cool little flange right here on his nose. When I printed mine, because I used silk, it broke off. I'm just going to pretend like it just got broken off and he's just living with it because it's a 3-day print when you do multicolor. And I do not want to spend 3 days printing another one. And so I'm like, you know what? Good enough. Good enough. So let's go ahead and get some black wash down on this plate. Now, if I was planning ahead, which I probably should have, but I'm not, I would have also painted another helmet too, just so I could have one for test for the paint to make sure it works good. But you know what? I'm throwing caution into the wind, and let's just do this thing. Let's just do it. So I'm going to grab a wider brush here because I want it for both the fur and the helmet. And I'm just going to get that black wash smoothed up on there. And let's just go ahead and apply this right to the silver on here and just see how this looks. Oh, there goes my camera. I can see I'm wearing sweats. Let me tighten that down. All right. And the idea is just to give it that kind of more of a worn kind of look, so it will fit in better with classics. You guys have seen me do black wash before. That part's not new. But sometimes it's kind of cool to see the techniques that are used when people do this kind of stuff. Now, I'm not a pro at this. Well, I guess pro just means you get paid. I don't get paid normally, but when I sell customs, I get paid. So I guess that would make me a pro, because pro just means professional, and that means you get money for doing it. So I guess in light of that, I guess I would be considered a pro because I get paid for my customs because people buy them. In fact, who knows? Maybe in a few months, this guy might end up on the chopping block as a figure you can purchase from me. We shall see how long he lasts. All right, well, that's looking mighty good. Mighty good there, sir. Yes, I liked how the silver's getting a little darker. Just the right amount of black wash on there. Not too much. Just enough to darken it and pull out some of those cool details. And when we're done, we'll compare it to one of the other ones. All right, so now I'm going to do the fur. And I was debating which way to go, black wash or brown wash, but I'm going to go black wash. Just darken that fur right up, right around the ears there, under the chin, under the chinny chin chin. Now I'm going to grab a smaller brush, so I do not want to get in his eyes or his teeth. Get inside that ear there, man. All right. Well, that's looking pretty cool. Now, the part I'm dying to do, of course, is his horns and his teeth. Not with black, obviously, but with different browns to give it kind of more of a bone kind of finish. That is my goal. Now remember, this figure was not painted. This was actually printed in multicolor filaments. And his eyes actually glow in the dark if you didn't see the other video. All right, that was pretty easy. That was easy. All right, let's go ahead and grab the brown now. And I use this one here. It's the Skin Peel Wash. It's a good brown to use. And let's just shake it on up. Come on and shake it up, baby, now. And let's toss some brown in here. And my goal was to make these horns just look a little bit more like they are bone-like material, instead of just the plain old white. Oh yeah, that looks really cool. Whoops, sorry you guys. I was out of camera range. It's hard to watch the camera while I'm also watching when I'm painting. I really need somebody else to be my camera person. And maybe later on I can convince my wife to be more camera person for me than now. Yeah, it's looking pretty cool. Pretty cool. Now, I've been really debating on the teeth. Do I really want to add a little bit of yellow in the teeth, or do I just want to keep them super white? And kind Because animals usually don't have a lot of yellow in his teeth, but being he's a humanoid type animal creature, he would probably eat bad foods in order to get yellowing in his teeth, so. Oh, look at that. Look at it. That looks really cool. All right, so now let me take a little bit of yellow here. Just a little bit of yellow. And I am going to find this little triangle-shaped brush right here and just put a little bit of yellow on his teeth. Just on the sides here. Just to kind of give it a little bit of cruddy-duddy, but not too much. Because I do like how white the fangs and stuff are. Just a little bit. I'm going to take a little bit of brown and just stick the brown right here in the corner of his teeth. Just to kind of give it that little bit of yucked up. He's been crunching on some critters. A little more yellow to mush that in a little bit. And let's just do a full brush over the front. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'm going to grab some water maybe and just throw it on there to lighten it up just a little bit. I'll be right back with some water. All right, I put some water over it, then I dabbed it with this cloth a bunch of times to get some of the yellow off. I think that's looking pretty good now. Just enough to make it look so it's not totally so white and clean. All right, I'm going to do another coat of black on the helmet. Onto the helmet. And the fur. So let's just go ahead and get some of that black on there. This should right up there on the nose area. There's some dog outside yelping. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not on the video. I'm not sure what the heck's going on. All right. Well, that's looking pretty good. If you haven't guessed yet, black wash is one of my favorite things to put on stuff. It just sometimes makes it look so cool. There we go. Nope. Yep. Just about out of black on my plate. All right, that's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy how it turned out. So let's compare. Let's compare, and then I will mask his helmet and stuff, and then I'll throw on some matte coloring on his face. But here is how it looked before, and here it is after. I know it's not a huge difference, but I think the silver looks way better with that darkening on it. Very cool. All right, I'll be back after I spray it with some matte. All right, I got it all taped up. I threw the matte on there. Doesn't look very matte, though. I think it's still too wet. I'm going to go dry it off. We'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I put it in the fan for a while to dry it off. Let's go ahead and take a look at the finished beast. Still is a little shinier than I wanted, but I still think it looks pretty cool. It's got shiny fur. Shiny, shiny. Let's pop the head back on. No, not popping on. There we go. Hooray. I need to check the glowing eyes, though, one last time to make sure he does still glow. So I'll be right back with my handy-dandy flashlight. All right, I got my flashlight here. Let's charge those eyes up. Turn this one off. Ooh, now it is a little lighter here in the room than it was the other day, so it probably doesn't look quite as bright. But he is complete. Yep, there he is. He can now go on my shelf as complete. Dun-da-da! Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'll have to pop that head on all the way once it's finished. The paint gets fully set up. It's just not clicking into place, but it will once I line it up and shove it on there. Anyway, that is the end of my quick tutorial on using washes. It's not the kind of wash that goes deep in the grooves. It would be really cool if I would have done it that way too, but I think it looks a lot better. And of course now he has kind of the brownish horns that look more bone-like. And you can see the difference between the before and the after. And you can see how the silver is more blackened and his fur is darker. And it's not quite as shiny on some parts. All right. Anyway, let's switch this camera around. And that's all I got. Thanks for watching. And like they say in the 1987 movie, oh, good journey. Bye now. I'll see you guys in the next video. And you know what? I am feeling better. I just needed something to do. I feel accomplished. So I'll get this video up and we'll see what everyone thinks. Give me your opinions of my Minotaur and let me know. All right. Until next time. Bye now.
If you found enjoyment, like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Do it.
I have the power.